Nope, I wasn't done for the night. It's starting to get hot in here, and it's going to be time till I can temperature regulate this place to go to bed. But I wanted to talk about something um, kind of off of the last video. When I first came out here, my intention was to start like a barter society type thing where, I don't know, it's pretty self explanatory, really. Just people working together, like, like a cottage industry, basically side skirting regulations and things, and just creating a community based on self sufficiency. And the reality I've found is people just don't give a shit. They're too damn comfy in this institution, this crazy society that's created all of the fake poisonous comforts for them. They're not going to give a shit to do anything other than what they're doing. Their sedentary, fat, poisoned lives with all their medications and their television programs and their fake news, which is all news. Craziness, man. High taxes, super high power bills. Like, people, that is just not living. Anyways, I wanted to, I used to be, I'm kind of an optimistic guy, but I'm a realistic guy. I try to be optimistic. Some people would say I'm pessimistic because I just don't have faith in this world anymore. I used to hope for things just like anybody does, but I don't see it, people. I don't see it. Not in my lifetime. I mean, maybe I'm going to continue trying to work to build something, but realistically, it's all you can do. I prepare to live out my whole natural life. I prepare for the long haul, right? That's my whole trajectory. But I'm also simultaneously prepared for it to happen now. So it's like, it's just walking the genuine path, the sincere faith, always being ready. Walk repentantly. Like, if I step wrong and I catch myself, I immediately make it right with God. And then I resolve not to do it again. And I just keep doing it all day, every day, every thought. It's exhausting, isn't it? It's supposed to be. Now my thing wants to work. I tell you what, ghosts in the machines, man. Sometimes things just have a mind of their own. I think that happened after I got rained down one time and struck by lightning. More than once. Anyways, I had this whole idea, but the reality is people don't want the truth. They don't want to help themselves. They want what's comforting and comfort. They want what's easy. They want those smooth things whispered to them. They don't want the truth. I'm an inconvenient person to be around because I don't talk about all the bullshit. Like, it's just me, you know what I mean? Some people would think that's exhausting. Others would love it because it's a breath of fresh air. But either way, like, we'd all be better off for it. You know what I mean? I think people need to stop talking so much. Right? Period. Because they're not talking anything substantial. They're not doing anything substantial. It's all menial, selfish bullshit for their lives. Accumulating this and that while their neighbors starve. Like, people, the trick is to work together. But no, you've been duped into thinking it's all about me, 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 me. We're supposed to be servants, and have that mentality. But what do you do when you're wishing and willing and able to serve and you go try to serve and people still don't want it? Because they've got the government giving them everything they need. Like food stamps, welfare. Dude, I'm poorer than most people. Okay, I told you, I am cash poor. Resource rich, but cash poor. So if anybody should be qualified for those things, and I don't go to the grocery stores. I do not. I couldn't tell you the last time I went into a Walmart or any grocery store whatsoever. I do not get my food from the store. Okay? The only store I'll go to is a butcher shop to get my cows professionally butchered. Because I don't like doing cows. I don't mind doing deer, that's easy enough. Lamb's easy, but it's nice to have like a professionally cut steak. or I'm not hacking away at it. You know what I mean? Everything's got to be a roast or ground or stew or jerky. I do a lot of jerky too. Anyways, nobody gives a shit is the point. I have all of these things. Like, I would love to do so much. And the way I see it is just like have it like be like a seed, like a seed, like a thought. You know, like a small community that just is internally self-sufficient and strong, and then let that be a light to the world. You know, as an example for others to follow. Folks, government's got a problem with that. I'm just telling you. They do. They're never going to allow things like that to happen. They're always going to find some legal reason to hit you. Always some regulation why you can't do this or that. Like, it's politics. But anyways, regarding people and like, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Until the tribulation really starts, which some think we're in it. I mean, it depends what you're defining as tribulation. I'd agree that we're in the end times, for sure. I think we're approaching the last sequence, which is the final, like the witnesses and the beast. Okay? When Satan's cast down, he gives his authority to the beast to continue 40 and 2 months. I believe that is the tribulation, the woes, the trumpets and bowls. I don't know how the seals perfectly line up necessarily and how it all flows together. We could have the seals being opened already, or that's going to happen at some point. Doesn't say. I can only guess, but until shit hits the fan for some people, and don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of people are going to die, but people are way too complacent and sedentary and fat in their lethargy and their disgusting degeneracy. Okay? You know what I mean? I live poorer than most people, but you're not going to catch me with my morality. You're never going to look at me and say there's a degenerate. You know what I mean? No, I'm an upstanding dude. All right? I live by the book, which is God's word. But some people, like, they get into poverty, and then with all the cheap stuff, and then the poisoned food and water and air, and whatever they consume with their eyes, and all the radiation. God, it goes on and on. Their clothing, through their skin, and God forbid whatever you know what I mean? Turn you into the movie Cell. I mean, come on, people. Yep, I'd love to make a dent in this world. The reality is if people like me were ever in charge, the book of Revelation would never come to fruition. Just wouldn't happen. If people like me were supposed to be the majority or something even close, or a large enough group to be able to do something, the world would be a different place. And I'm not talking blind optimism either, folks. I'm talking practical, functional, routing out the wickedness and establishing the light according to God's ways and His laws. For all mankind. Woe man and, what is it? Woe man and were man. That's what they used to be called. Woe man and were man. So when I say man, it's encompassing both woman and a man. Just so you know, mankind. If I say dude, it still could be, but I'm usually referring to dudes. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Do you guys find the same thing? People just don't give a shit. No matter how hard you try, you could give them this or that. I mean, I've got cows that I've raised them for years. I love these cattle, but they're resource drains, and I can't drink the milk anymore, and I'm not going to be doing the dairy or trying to make money from my farm anymore. Okay? I don't sell eggs. I don't sell anything. I don't do any of that stuff. I have businesses that I am in the middle of doing, and just dealing with some legal paperwork and stuff, and that's going to be a good thing. I will be two different businesses that are interrelated, but they'll be what they are. Anyways, People don't give a shit. People don't give a shit. Until things get tougher. Oh yeah, I offered. Dude, people are bitching about how much beef prices are. I offered my neighbors who have enough money to spend $700 or whatever bucks a month on electricity bill. I offer them free firewood. They come cut down whatever they want and get all the firewood they need. And I offer them, you pay for the butchering fee, and I'll give you half a beef, which is a half of a cow. You understand that would come out to about $1 to $2 a pound for grass-fed, grass-finished, organic, no vaccines ever beef. The best beef you've ever had in the world. But that's silliness. That's foolishness to folks. I don't have the cash on hand to get them all butchered, nor do I have the place to put all the meat. I don't want to waste them. You know what I mean? And I don't want to sell them. Because I know with this market what they're going to be used for. And if they're going to use it for them, instead of selling them for $1,000, I might as well just spend the $500, get them butchered, and then I have $3,000 to $7,000 worth of meat. You see, it doesn't make sense to sell them at the market or something, or try to sell them on Craigslist. One of them maybe, because she's a good dairy cow. And she's a sweetheart. She's the only one I let out to free range. The rest of them are a pain in the butt. And the dangerous ones, like that little bull calf, well, he's a bull. He gets put down. My dogs are eating on him right now. You know, it's real easy. I treat them like big deer. And that's the case. When I'm not butchering it for myself, I treat them like big deer. You know, I'll cut off the hindquarters, forequarters, skin it, and then try and get whatever I can off the back strap or tenderloins, and then the rest goes to the dogs. That's it. It's a pain in the butt. And it's not, well, it's kind of caveman. It's civilized, yes. It's just pioneering style, I guess. You get used to eating a lot of things over fire. I cook a lot of things in a pan with like beef tallow. Yeah. I would love to be able to help others help themselves, but they don't want to. And you can't trust people now. I mean, people will hem you up legally for crap just for trying to shake their hand, or you can get sued nowadays. And I don't know if this is just like a fake example to prove the point. You could get sued nowadays for giving somebody food that's starving on the sidewalk. God forbid they had a tummy ache or something too, and then they sued your ass. Not on top of the town throwing you in jail for something. You know what I mean? People, it's so out of control. It's so past prime. Like, come out of her. This is why I would love to create I'd love to create a community, but I can't trust people. People are not right in the head anymore. They're not right in the spirit. They don't know God, and judgment's coming. And this is exactly what needs to happen. You know, unfortunately. We need His judgment. We need this wickedness and this cess, this bile, this rot just cut off from us. We need it purged. We need to be cleansed as a people, as a world. And that time's coming. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Leave your comments below. We'll see you later.